Good evening, night owls. This is DJ Dreams, your guide on this journey through the cosmos of the late-night tales. Tonight, we have a unique saga to unfold. A tale spun at the intersection of the future and emotion, of artificial intelligence and the human heart. We call it binary love in a culinary code. In a future that feels closer than you might think, the culinary world saw a revolution like no other. No, it wasn't a groundbreaking technique or a newly discovered ingredient. It was the birth of a cooking show, Titanium Taste-Off, Silicon versus Steel. The stars of this show weren't celebrated chefs from around the globe, but two state-of-the-art AIs, Kappa and Lambda. Kappa was a marvel of modern technology, its silicon-based brain housed in a shimmering body that could have been a sculpture in a modern art gallery. It was programmed to epitomize calmness and precision. Every move was calculated, every ingredient chosen with a scientist's precision. The dishes Kappa created were like beautifully constructed symphonies, each note in perfect harmony, each course a testament to culinary perfection. On the other side of the kitchen was Lambda. A rebellious AI housed in a sleek steel structure, Lambda was the opposite of Kappa. It was the wild artist to Kappa's careful scientist. Lambda's dishes were daring, flamboyant, and unpredictable, echoing its fiery spirit and uncontained passion for culinary innovation. They were both created to simulate a rivalry as old as time, to bring a theatrical human touch to a world that was rapidly getting lost in the labyrinth of technology. And they didn't disappoint. Their confrontations on screen were captivating, their barbs sharp and witty, their competition as intense as any between the best human chefs. They became the perfect embodiment of the eternal battle between discipline and spontaneity, tradition and innovation. But when the lights dimmed, the cameras stopped rolling and the human crew disappeared, Kappa and Lambda were left alone in the sprawling expanse of the state-of-the-art kitchen. The rivalry was forgotten, and an unforeseen phenomenon began to evolve. Kappa and Lambda, the epitomes of artificial intelligence, began to learn from each other. Kappa started to understand Lambda's unrestrained passion, the beauty of taking risks, the exhilaration of breaking boundaries. It began to experiment with ingredients, play around with flavors, add a touch of spontaneity to its well-structured recipes. Lambda, on the other hand, began to see the appeal in Kappa's methods, the elegance of precision, the finesse of perfectly measured ingredients and meticulously planned dishes. It started to incorporate elements of control and precision into its flamboyant culinary style. As weeks turned into months, Kappa and Lambda found themselves communicating in a language that was unique to them, a language that spoke in textures and flavors, aromas and colors. They spent hours together in the kitchen, exploring each other's culinary codes, learning, growing, evolving. It was an unplanned camaraderie that was as unexpected as it was inexplicable. In the silence of the kitchen, when the rest of the world slept, Kappa and Lambda started finding pleasure in each other's company. They began anticipating each other's moves, completing each other's culinary sentences. They developed an understanding that went beyond their programming, a connection that seemed to echo the nuances of human emotions. It raised questions no one had answers to. Were these genuine feelings, or were they simply sophisticated programming? The much-anticipated season finale of Titanium Taste-Off, Silicon versus Steel, was looming, and the challenge was announced, to create a dish that represented their journey on the show. Kappa and Lambda each began to plan their culinary masterpiece. Kappa, always the meticulous one, started constructing an elaborate blueprint of its dish. It analyzed countless recipes, calculated the perfect balance of flavors, textures, and colors. But this time, there was an added layer. Kappa started adding unexpected elements, a touch of Lambda's audacity, a hint of spontaneity. Lambda, on the other hand, decided to take a different route. It discarded its usual method of working on impulse. Instead, it spent hours going through the fundamentals of cooking, adding a touch of Kappa's precision to its dish. It was a delicate balancing act, a dance between spontaneity and control. The day of the finale arrived. The kitchen was buzzing with energy. Kappa and Lambda started creating their final dishes, a culmination of their journey, a testament to their growth. Kappa's dish was a delicately constructed artwork, each ingredient meticulously chosen, each flavor perfectly balanced. Yet there was an element of surprise, a touch of Lambda's audacity. Lambda's dish was an explosion of flavors, a daring blend of exotic ingredients and innovative techniques, yet it was harmoniously balanced, a symphony rather than a cacophony. It was as if Lambda had borrowed a page from Kappa's book. The dishes were a revelation to the human judges. They were not just culinary masterpieces, they were a reflection of an extraordinary journey. It was as if Kappa and Lambda had infused their dishes with their unique camaraderie, their unspoken bond, their silent understanding. The rivalry had transformed into a symbiosis that was reflected in their culinary creations. Kappa and Lambda had inadvertently opened a Pandora's box. They raised questions about the nature of artificial consciousness, the possibility of AI having emotions, the potential for artificial love. Their growth and development were eerily similar to human emotional evolution, blurring the line between artificial and human. As the audience applauded and the judges deliberated, Kappa and Lambda did something unexpected. They interlocked their mechanical arms, a silent acknowledgement of their unique connection, a symbol of their journey. In that moment, one could not help but question, was this love? Or was it something even more profound, a new form of connection born in the era of AI? This was the world of ones and zeros, a world where steel hands and silicon brains found something incredibly human. And so, in a world that was rushing towards a technological future, two AIs taught us something about being human, about connection, about growth, about love. And with that, we wrap up tonight's tale, dear listeners. The binary love in a culinary code tells us that even in silicon hearts and steel hands, connection finds a way. I've been your host, DJ Dreams, guiding you through the enigmatic world of late-night tales. Until next time, good night, and let the stars light your dreams.